Antonio Alquezar, CEO of Spain SailGP. Welcome to the Sport Businessman Podcast. It is an honor to be hosting you today.
Hello, Eduardo. Hello, everyone. My pleasure, my honor to be here and be able to explain you a little bit the story of Los Gallos, the Spanish LGP team.
So, Los Gallos, you entered when the team was last place, the worst results out of every single SailGP team. And then you took them to win the World Championship. That's a very massive leap. We care to learn what were your first decisions that you made as CEOs that set the foundations for this turnaround?
Um, yes, it's true. It's like I joined the team like just 2 or 3 weeks before the season four started. It was in a very critical situation. As you mentioned, we were last, practically no sponsors, and it was in a very challenging situation. And one of the founders of SailGP, Sir Russell Couts, I had a conversation with him, and one key aspect that I asked him, the only question I asked him is, do I have a team to be able to win SailGP? And his answer was very encouraging. It's like, it's not if I have the team, is when I'm going to win, because I had the team. So for me, the turning point was this conversation with him, and also I would be very lucky to have an incredible sailing team, the youngest sailing team in SailGP, led by Diego Botin and Florian Titrel, the Olympic champions now, and also now the world champions in the 49er, but also with Nicole, Joanne, Bernardo, and Joey. That is the incredible, talented young people. And having these conversations with them before I took the job, they really encouraged me that I was with an incredible group of people, very talented on sailing. But I have to tell you, it's the most humble team I came across. And I've been in the sport business and in sports teams over 25 years. So that was something that it really encouraged me to take over the challenge. And of course, when you mentioned this from last to first, that we always say, it looks like it's been easy, but it's been a bloody roller coaster. So it's been incredibly tough, incredibly rewarding, but at the same time, we have to change. I mean, we put everything upside down. I came in and I say we have a new white sheet of paper. Let's see what we need to do, and I was lucky that the team, Diego and Flo mainly, it was telling me what they need. My role here was just able to provide them the tools they need to excel, and my job really was trying to provide those tools. So yes, I cannot say it's been only one thing, but it's been many, many things that we changed, the way we work, some people that we changed in the team, etc., that help us uh, to be able to have the team that we have right now and position us as one of the top teams in SailGP.
So, talking about speaking with the founders of the SailGP, Larry Ellison mentioned how he's looking to make SailGP the most important sports league in the world. We care to learn how you're supporting its growth through SailGP USA, SailGP Spain, and also, when you mention the tools to excel in in the vision of the sporting side and the commercial side, what are specifically the most important pillars of high performance on the water and the highest performance for commercial success in media presence and fan experience?
So yes, I mean, I think the way SailGP is growing, I think it will sometimes surprise even us when we are. We see the audiences that the whole competition is having, and it's something incredible. It is something that they never happen in sailing. But I think it's sky is the limit. I think we have a lot of things to improve. And one really not good thing about SailGP and comparison with other teams is, as we have one board design, we have the same element, the same weapons. The F-50s are all identical, the same. We have open data with the Oracle Cloud, etc. That make us, there is no secrets. So, as we say a lot of times, even though all the teams, we kill each other on the waters and we want to kill each other because we all want to win, there is a way that outside, of the water, all the teams, we are working together. There is a lot of collaboration between all the teams to be able to help each other in our own specific territories, and also a lot of collaboration with SailGP to between all of us to grow the competition and to grow the sports.
And to
So
grow,
that's something that we do.
please, please.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, please. You were saying?
That from your experience in brand development and in the sport business, what's the definition of the name Los Gallos to represent SailGP Spain? And furthermore, what's the culture that you brought into your leadership for building the product of SailGP Spain today?
I mean, so Los Gallos is really it comes as a natural thing. It's not something that we look for it, but it's something that is working, and we feel very much identified with that name. And the reason for that is, on the north of Spain, they were Diego and a lot of the people trained there from Santander. They say gallo, so it's like a gallo. It's like, come on, let's go. It's like a gallo, like the rooster. Um, Also, the press in Spain, they start calling us Los Gallos because we are like the youngest, the youngsters. So Los Gallos is like the young guns coming into the show. And actually for us, it works very well. It's something that the team feels identified. So a lot of times it's like, if the press and everyone is already knowing you are Los Gallos, so let's try to adopt that name. And then we continue with us. And for us, it works very well because even though we are representing Spain, we are the only Hispanic team in the competition. We are the one, and I know we are broadcast in all Latin America, in all the Hispanic USA, and Los Gallos has a very good, like a fighting rooster, especially in that part of the world, and we feel that we represent not only Spain but only all the Hispanic population around the world. And this is something that we feel very proud. Every time we go to the US or we go to other parties, other countries, we feel a lot of support from a lot of countries, all the Hispanic team, all the Hispanic community in all those countries, and it's something that for us is been working very well, and it's been as a natural transition to that name, and commercially for us is working well. And then the second question you were saying, what I brought in is like I try to bring stability for the team. I try to bring the tools and the elements that we have. So we were able to get. We were lucky enough that we had, as I mentioned before, an incredible young talent team, and they just needed time, and they just needed some stability and some tools to be able to develop themselves. We had a coach, Italian coach, very young coach that nobody knew before we joined us, Simone Salva, and we had him joining us in LA, and then in LA we have our first victory, so it worked very well. So he was able to keep his job, no, and. No, but it's been amazing, and then he just joined Luna Rosa and won the Youth America's Cup with Luna Rosa, and also won the Women's America's Cup as a coach, and it's been a very important part for that. And then for me, it's like I always saw from the beginning that um, that having always the same boat, the same data is, SailGP has brought back to the sport something that I think was missing out of sports. There is the human factor. So it's like how the humans, the team, how good they are, how cohesion they are to be able to excel and to be able to work. So from the beginning, I was able to bring someone on board. It's like a mental coach, but like a more a psychology to the team to help us to communicate better, to help us to work together better. Because at the same time, yeah, we say, yes, we are six team members, six athletes on the boats, but they all have to act as one. So if there is any miscommunication with one of them, the team is not going well, and is one of the many things that I we were able to bring to the team, and it has helped us to really excel. And yeah, and we're still on the process. Our objective is to be the best team on the world. We are, even though we won the championship last year, we know and we believe we are still not the best team in the world, but we have the people, and now hopefully we have the resources to be able to be the best team in the world in the near future.
So you mentioned before that it's a very collaborative environment with the rest of the SailGP teams, but it was also mentioned how you aim to be the best team in the world. You've had experience of winning a world championship, but our audience also cares to learn if they eventually invest in SailGP. What makes a winning team? What was the difference maker for your team to win the World Championship? Was it how you engaged the fan, the support of the fan, the strategy of engaging and bringing more fans in? Was it the data-driven decisions for high performance? Was it the experience of the athletes or the support from high level commercial partners and investors?
I mean, there's no one single thing. I think it's a mix of everything that you mentioned. At the end, you need more resources and you need more sponsors. And at the same time, to be able to have more sponsors, you need, to the team to perform and to be able to excel and to have the return on the media value of the franchise, etc. So, and then you need to have I think helping us in having a big event in our country with all the fans and supporting us is also working. But I think it's all in a way linked it, and then is first you need to have the talent, you need to have the team, you have to have the talent to be able to work with. I can do, or the team can do 1,000 things, but if you don't have the talent and the work ethic to be able to work very hard to be able towards all together towards an objective, it's nothing. Yeah, I'm sure if you and me we go in the boat, probably we'll crash the boat, and and we can put all the resources that we want, but we need to have the right people on board. And for me, it's something that I admire a lot from the team is how hard they work. They work very hard. They work a lot between the events. How humble all of them are. It's like Diego is our driver, but is one of the most humble sportsmen that I have ever met. The same with the rest of the team, and they all helping. They're all trying to. I think there is we don't have a lot. We say something very much. It's like when you come into the team, you leave the egos at home. So it's a very horizontal structure that we have, and for us is we have created an environment that we can all talk. If I do something wrong, they tell me, and they have the liberty and the transparency um, to tell me if I do something wrong. Also, I have the liberty to say something if I think this is not working. But for us, that kind of radical transparency that we have on the team has worked for us very well. It doesn't mean that if you go to another team will work, but for us is things like this that have worked with us. But then is once you have, for me, the priority is just to be able to increase the sport performance, because at the end, no one wants to sponsor a team is in the back of the fleet. So for us, was our priority was to be able to focus. So the first few months, it was very much focused on performance. So to be able to provide this, and we were lucky enough that we have very quick results. And then after that, we were able to get commercially, we are more sustainable than when we started. We're still working on that. And I think now, the near horizon, it looks very promising for us. And then, we are still one of the, I think us and the Kiwis, one of the two other last franchise to be sold. and to buy the Kiwis or to buy us. I think we have. I think will be, if not the most expensive being the world champions and being the youngest team. So as I said, there is no one single thing. I think there is a lot of things that we have changed, and it has helped us to excel. And I think sports performance, commercial success, media value of the team, the return on investment for our sponsors, that are all linked.
And for the last question for our audience, to learn more about this opportunity, what's your outlook on growth and improvements for, also the competition getting higher and higher due to the entrance of also new teams,
Yeah.
like Sweden that was announced.
Yes. So I mean, I think what I say with LGP, more competitions, bring it on. It's like if you want to be the best in the world, you want to beat everyone. So I think it's very good for the sports that the teams can join this championship. I think it only helps to grow the sport, to grow the competition, and to increase the audiences that we are having. So, and I think teams like Artemis that he joined in, I think is very good news for the league and for all of us. And as I said, in the competition, we all want to win, and we all try to fight each other. But the good thing is this collaboration that we have all the teams working together to be able to expand the message, to expand the reach that we are doing with SailGP, together with SailGP, is very much unique. I haven't seen it in other sports. How open the teams are and how we are working and collaborate to help each other, especially when we just have the Grand Prix in Cadiz, and how the teams other teams has helped us, and how many sponsors from the other teams comes to our events, etc. has been very, very, very good to see. And we to also try to help them as much as we can in their local events. I think we all have to help each other to increase the audiences and the engagement that we have with the fans when we go to the country, to the different countries.
Wonderful. We aim then to support with our most supportive Lux, Tony, the growth and winning ways for the upcoming season to win more world championships. And thank you so much for the advice that you shared to our audience today. It was, again, an honor to be hosting you on the Sport Businessman podcast.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. Pleasure, and I hope everyone continues to follow Los Gallos SailGP team, and very much looking forward to see everyone looking this to follow us the SailGP championship.
Splendid. Vamos los gallos.